Well, hello. My team career mode. It's been quite the while, hasn't it? We did that a couple times on stream. We did it a couple times in the early cycle of the game with Braun GP. But we are back. This time with a lot more facilities to be able to help improve the flow of it, to improve the quality of it, I hope at least. But nonetheless, my team career mode, we're not doing Braun GP, we're just going to be our own team and we are going to rise to the ranks of Formula 1. Obviously car settings like fault frequency and that we will have engine failures on. As you can see, we're going back to there. Corner cutting on strict, safety car on standard, red flags on standard, formation lap on, blah 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 blah, the other like you'd expect. Then was the car damage, simulation car damage, standard rate, so it's not, if you lightly tap them, you get massive damage. But it's the car damage when you put it on simulation, it means that you can get all types of damage, like every single type of damage is possible, where you can rub against walls to get punctures. Onto the driver icons then. It is sometimes that the icons can be used and just having the normal lot with like center, etc. Having them all enabled, but just making sure they're not always signed. In terms of the owner, obviously it will be ourselves with Rio and then Khalis. And then we go to the only avatar where, there's not really one that looks like me, so I just went with the one that I thought would be the best to go with. This will be this one right here. It's just, I think it's basic. I think this is probably the one that everyone uses the most out of all of the my team managers. But then we go to the background. People manager. Every organisation made up of people and managing people from a speciality ever since you started climbing the ladder. Head engineer, obviously making sure you have an engineer background, so you can upgrade the engineering side more, like with development, etc. And the chief financial officer for the corporate focus, make sure you could do better with like sponsors and all of that. People manager will be like for the other side like drivers and all of that. But nonetheless, we're going to go as the engineer. Then your starting facility strength, like do you want a lot of thought? We're going to go basic. We're going to go minimum everything. No development. Some development extensive. We want to be a front runner, but we're going to go no development. So we have nothing. Absolutely no cash reserves. Obviously, you can go higher if you want to. We're going to go with none. And we are basically the most pro team in Formula 1 history. Team name. Here you go. RS Motorsports. Back in business for yet some more Formula 1 racing. Ignore the spelling because like, it's not the greatest, is it? And then team colours. If you know me, I do like myself a good purple and white car. So we'll be going for a purple and white car. So, obviously it won't be help you not the car, yeah, but it's just mainly the team colours at this current moment in time. Then onto the emblem, speeding up a bit here because I spent quite a lot of time on this trying to find like the perfect colours and emblem for it. I went for this shape was like a hawk type or wing type. Emblem was a purple background, white as the logo, and there is your logo, done and dusted. In terms of then teamwear colours, there will be the normal what it was set for just the team colours in general. Corporate. Now we're going to go with the minimum. We're going to go with the lowest amount of signing bonus, which will be with Seren, which will not be too bad whatsoever. We're going to go X-Formic and X-Jean Dynamics will probably what you normally go as if you don't want to make yourself harder. Then in terms of power unit, we want to make sure we have some money in reserves. Like if you go Mercedes, you basically have no money left. If you go Ferrari, similar story. We could go with Red Bull, but we end up to go with Audi, with the newest engine in Formula 1. But see, they weren't too bad, so we decided to go with it. In terms of drivers now, we can maybe go with a My Team icon, like maybe a Felipe Massa or a David Coulthard or a Mark Webber. Obviously, look at the Schumacher Senna, they're lots of expensive. But in terms of our drive, we're going to go with some Formula 2 drivers because we want to make sure that we don't overspend on the drivers. Firstly, going with Victor Martins in the French driver, who is currently Williams reserve driver now, but it was announced yesterday. And then Gabriele Mini, who is currently actually racing in Formula 2, fighting for the Formula 2 Championship as well with Nikola Solov as well. Now onto the car, where, I mean, this is where you make your mark. This is where you make the first mark in Formula 1, showing your colour, showing your true colour, showing how well you can design a car. Speed this up, because I went through quite a few different liveries. I thought at first I could do something really, really nice with this one, but going through them now, going obviously through the colour rotor now, no, not really. Couldn't really find one to suit the main liking. But obviously I saved it I saved it so we could have like as many options as possible. Going on to this type of one now. I started liking this metallic look. Obviously, ignore the purple bit. Just seeing how it would look with like different types of colours, etc., etc. Obviously, that was another one. I was thinking we could maybe go with. There was a lot of liveries here, which I did quite like, but it had to be like what one properly stood out to me. And that's the one I would always go with. Normally, this one we use a Bronze GP, that neon one, and then we go to Moon 2. It's another one where I wanted to experiment with, but I don't think it's probably my least favourite of the lot. And then we went to the Moran Paris one, where I think this will be the one we go with. This looks very, very nice. There's obviously the race numbers we can change later. And then to the race suits, we haven't got many because obviously it's a new account because we're on PC, so we haven't really got a lot in store for us. So we're going to go with the Story is Yours race suits, just the normal shebangs. They go for like purple, white, purple, black. I actually kind of forgot to change the black there. You can see it's just on the arm there, but I don't think it actually looks too bad, to be honest. And then we go on to the gloves, which is the exact same. Then we can advance onwards onto the next part. And then we finally hit an achievement here. That shows it's a brand new account because it got the achievement Meet the Boss. There's your messages then. Welcome to the office. Usually we set up various systems, also letting us know that everything is now set up. Messages will make sure we have to change the password as well. Default password from Harris 1234. And then just let us know everything that is up and running. Onto the car development status. Critical. The factory is online. I'm here to assist where I can. Speaking of, our car development is upon an area which we'll need to significantly focus on over the coming months because we're at disadvantage compared to the rest of the grid in the R&D. Onto the facility status, basic. Great to finally have some business and start working with the team at hand. Look at our current set of facilities. We have a lot to gain. We are quite far behind our competitors in terms of what we need to do. And then on to the team status with no cash, which was basically letting us know we got no reserves, which was our own deal, and we chose to go with absolutely no reserves whatsoever, because we want to make it as hard as possible. If you start with cash, you can just easily chuck in some upgrades, etc., etc. Make it as hard as possible. Then you can go onwards then to the engineering. We can then chuck on some upgrades to ensure that our car can begin to be a bit quicker. I kind of forgot to check the R&D and the progress history, but I believe the My Team starts ahead of Cadillac and Aston Martin, so we are technically the ninth fastest team already. So just having a look what we can do here in terms of facility upgrades, just upgrading the chassis development expansion, then going to pit crew training for the personnel, and then on the corporate we're going to go and upgrade the outreach group. I believe we are going to do, which we are. This helps us get a higher chance of getting some sponsors. Then we can finally go on to advancing. Before that, go on to the activities screen where we can just go through activities. This helps us like get this chance to help us get sponsors, chance to gain us fan rating, chance to gain morale in departments and for drivers, etc., etc. And focus. It's just a way to help out the team quite a lot in terms of ensuring that the team can be as competitive as humanly possible in terms so we can have a better chance of succeeding within the sport. Just going through the corporate activities now, just like making sure that that's one of the examples. So we can get a sponsor. Let's have a look on team owner here, and then here's your owner training where you can like go through, you can upgrade things. You like need if you look at right training points, you need to be able to go through the lot to be able to upgrade yourself as well as a team owner. But we can start going through the roster.
So we're gonna need to open talks with drivers for next season. They could be ours or are currently driving for other teams. You should head to the driver comms page to see who you want to consider.
So we've been advised here to go look at on the driver market, see if we want to at least change anything. Here's all your drivers in like Verstappen, Schumacher, Senna, Russell, Norris, Leclerc, Hamilton, Villeneuve, Piastri, Hakkinen, Button, Alonso, Antonelli, Coulthard, Massa, Sainz, Hülkenberg, Gasly, Perez, Weber, Ocon, Hadjar, Albon, Bottas, Gasly, just so on, so on. That was like probably not even half of them really in terms of the drivers that we could potentially sign for the near future. Just see now we've got more resource points, more upgrades, more research can begin. That will help our car, obviously, become a lot more faster. We can go advanced once again. And then you see the research has been delayed for the engine cover. And then we're going to continue going. See, you can see that when that ticker there, that sign means that activity has been complete. You can see the money as well on the top right start to go up because the activities are helping out. Then we can see more income because of then research complete on the engine cover. And then we can then go to facility improvements to improve our facilities once again. Going to go to the powertrain, I believe, on this occasion. But then we can go to the massive grid reveal. Well, there we go. There's your lineups then for the 2026 Formula One season. There we go. Finally do some development as well. Get some aerodynamic and some chassis upgrades finally being produced. But we head on to the race weekend. Before that, we have an event. Who do we want to focus? We're going to focus Gabriella Mini. And then we can finally do some more research. But then, after that, we can go to the race weekend. But then we are going to stop there before this race weekend. So the pre-season episode's done. The pre-season episode's there and there. You've seen the car, you've seen the livery, you've seen the drivers, you've seen everything. You've seen the build-up to the opening round of the Formula 1 2026 season. If you did enjoy this, like and subscribe. We'll be here probably tomorrow for another episode of this, the actual round one. From me, Charidios, I am done.